Good morning and welcome back to the channel. Today we have this 1 series, 3 series, I don't know what the hell it is, BMW in for a wheel colour swap and caliper paint. And also you remember this, we're going to finish aligning the back door, well realigning it, and hopefully get the kit on it today. So yeah, so stay tuned if you're interested, and if you're not, don't watch. But yeah, I appreciate everyone who watches, and bit of a process on how you change the colour of the wheels. We show you how to paint them, how to prep them, how to get them off, etc. And we'll go from there. Cheers. First job, slacking all these nuts off. They're 17mm on the BMW. Locate the locking nut and get them nice and loose before we get jacked up in the air, which will just make it easier to get the wheels off then when it's on axle stands. Because there'll be no resistance on the wheels, they'll just spin, if you get what I mean. So yeah, that's what we're on to now. Just for confirmation, it's a 1 series, okay? I got it wrong. So before anyone calls me out, it's a 1D. And that's not One Direction. So yeah, so getting up in the air now. If you didn't realise that the BMWs, they have like a plastic wedge, that's what you jack them up on. So let's get this up in axle stands now, and we start taking the wheels off. Make sure, because the directional tyres, that we've laid out 4 easels in readiness to put the wheels on in our order. So there's no confusion when fitting the wheels back to the car. And there we have it, there's the 4 wheels off on an elevated car. So next job, clean up the calipers, get a wire brush on them, scotch them all up, clean off any dirt and debris, and take a look and see how they look. Regarding the wheels, they're not in too much of a bad shape. Take these out, paint the insides, clean them up. Get some thinners on the inside around the perimeter, make sure there's no tyre shine and stuff in it because it'll react to the paint. And yeah, a bit of a scotch and a clean up and a panel wipe and get these masked up. So, nice simple one. Obviously we're going to paint the insides as well. Don't do a half-assed job. So the calipers are going to be painted on the car. So what we're going to do is we're going to clean all this up, wire brush it. We'll end up masking it all up. And rather than painting them, we're going to do these by brush. That's what the preference of the customer is. We do calipers, we take them off and we paint them as well properly with a gun. But we work into the agenda of the customer in this, and you'll see a bit of a process as we do it. Absolutely spoilt because I've left my other brush up the top yard. We're going to open this lovely new brush. Oops. So there we are. We have my gloves in readiness because it's a dirty job. My new brush. We're going to clean this area up here, making sure we don't hit any of the brake lines or any of the brake sensors, because we don't want to be doing that, because chuck out wear sensors and stuff to the customer. Try and cause as minimal disruption as we can. But yeah, you can see it's quite dirty now, but it's not as bad as they can be. We're going to clean this up and show you what we do when it's done. So yeah, that's been cleaned up now, brushed off. We'll use a scotch in this little area just to make sure that it's completely clean and there's no flakiness. Right, I'm gonna have to shout because the compressor's on. So we're gonna blow this off, get all the debris off, the dirt and all the grease, make sure it's not contaminated or anything. Calipers going red, so we're gonna paint them with red Hammerite. We're gonna brush it on. You can buy Hammerite and you can tint it with paint match the colour of a car, okay? Hammer keys yourself up and it's born some caliper, and it's also heat resistance too, okay? So if you see what I'm doing this back and forth. So it helps with the masking of the line. Do you follow? I hope so. I hope I'm not confusing you. Just trying to make your job easier. This is Palmer. Palmer's been in other videos. You haven't actually seen him because he's a little bit camera shy. But we done Palmer's escort down here. Did we, Palmer, boy?
Yes, we did.
Say hello.
Hello.
And I'm sure we'll see some more footage of his in the next video. There we are. So there's Palmer. Tell us a bit about yourself, Palmer.
Hi, I'm 38 years old. I'm a Scorpio.
So the only job he's actually good for is making a cheese. How many sugars, Palmer?
Don't take sugar, I'm sweet enough.
So as mentioned, there's many ways of doing this. You can take a caliper off, prep it and paint it with a gun. You can buy caliper paint, but like I said, you can use hammerite and you can tone it and change the colour a bit. You can also buy it in variable colours. You can take them off now and powder coated. But the job all depends on what the customer wants and what the customer is going to pay. So this is a perfect example of how you can freshen up and kind of like repurpose your brake calipers and make them look the part. And it's not that difficult to do, is it? It's just a bit of time and effort and putting your heart into it. So anybody can slap some paint on, but I'm sure you'll see when it's finished, it'll be a tidy job. So that's the first coat quickly done. You see the light I'm using, just to make sure I can cover every area. It's hard to see with the shadow and stuff like that in the shade now, but you get the idea. As I'm quickly doing the calipers, Matthew's spending a little bit of time going over these with 400, making sure all the edges are nice and neat. If you follow my finger around, make sure there's no curb marks or any abrasive marks, they'll all be taken off. And I'll come back onto these later with some scotch. There's the rear after this first coat. And there's the rear passenger side done. Just drying off now, flashing. That's the driver's after its second coat. And there we have it. Nice. We've cured and dried well. They look really good. On to these now. As I said, Matthew's 400 in a scotch as well as panel wipe and degrease on the inside and out, and we'll get these ready and blown off and ready for paint. 2-pack paint, Matt, black, yeah?
Yeah, 2-pack black.
2-pack black. They look lovely. And then you see the finished item. Right, so on to the wheels now. Give these a scotch up on the inside and dry it as they go along. Get all the brake dust, dirt and the grime off. Because they're having a colour change. can see all the dirt. Just so you get an idea. What we're also doing is keying up the area. If you remember the other video, we're still experiencing problems lining these doors up.
Yeah.
Won't bore you with all these wheels, but I'll do one and I'll work my way on the rest. So we're scotching these up with red scotch and panel wipe. You can see it's absolutely stinking, getting all the dirt and all the grease off in the preparation for paint. There you go, there's the wheels. They've had a scotch and a panel wipe, all been done inside and out. We'll clean them up now again with a clean scotch and a clean panel wipe, second time round. So just to show you, that's the kind of shit, rubbish and gunk, not the S word, because I'm trying to be a child-friendly channel. But it's come off them. Still working on the transit, having an absolute nightmare of this door. If you remember, they wouldn't close. I had a hinge done, I had a knock previously. Or a line. But it was really bad before. It's better than it was, but we're still not happy with this, so this is holding us up a little bit. On more positive news, I'll show you these Calipers. You would not think they've been painted with a brush, would you? Perfect. Giving these the last wipe over now. Getting any rubbish and dirt and grease off, as you can see. Still picking it up. So this is the second wheel, and this is why we've given it its second panel wipe, just to show. There we have it, there's the wheels all prepped. Gonna blow these off now with an airline. I'm not gonna bother showing you that, boring. Get these masked up, tack ragged off, heater on to get the temperature up in the room because you don't want to be painting in the cold. And we're pulling all the dust out of the roof and then we get a shutter down there to paint. Yep, so I hope you're enjoying it so far. These wheels will be done soon and I'll show you how we do it. Look at the speed on that. Matthew rocking his IPS, his Independent Paint Supplies beanie, looking sharp. So here's the van door so far. I'll attach a picture of what it did look like, if you remember. Still got to obviously move the spoiler because whoever repaired it before, I've stuck it too high. So it's out of the line, it's not the door, it's the spoiler. But yeah, we've got a cap now, so we can work with that. What's that, Di? Tea time, is it?
Get the kettle on, that.
Di always turns up, but he always wants to be in a video, but he never makes a cup of tea.
And I want biscuits.
He's been too busy on a sunbed too, Di.
I don't know, so I'm already fucking.
You'll go red, you'll go red.
We need a cup of tea now.
Yeah, we need a cup of tea, Di.
Where's my cup?
Di, what do you want?
A kettle.
So firstly, it's a friend's van. It's come in. They come in to have a kit replaced. He loaned it out and it's come back in quite bad condition. It was a workhorse, you can see here. That's been damaged, has come off. The door is completely out of plumb. Look at that. It's a right old mess. Door doesn't open. Really hard. So just measuring up. Got a new hinge to fit. Sort the door out. Yep, that should be closed now. Let's try my here.
12 seconds later.
New water technique. The Matthew covers all the edges. This is the first dust coat. Like I said, we use a two-pack paint. So that means you need no clear coat, or some people call it lacquer. Half the rear of the sport will be seen. We'll have to make sure we've got complete coverage. We don't want to go on too heavy because this is the first coat. We want to make sure we've got complete coverage. We leave this for a bit then. The flow, the paint does like to move. Matthew's working really quick over there. Just one left then. There we go, that's had about 5 minutes now. Flow. You can see how nice that paint's starting to work. Don't forget it's only this first cover. Fans doing their job. Look how nice that black and that red is going to pop. That red is going to reflect off that gloss black. Lovely on the inside. We're about to put a second coat on, and just for you guys to know, we'll use half a litre of paint. That's 1 cup mixed, okay?
Then start with the caps, you know where you started and where you finished.
Makes good sense, doesn't it, guys? The Martin's going on heavier with this coat now. He's used to this paint, so he knows how far he can push it. Nice wet coat. The wheels got full coverage. Wouldn't think it would do, that makes perfect sense. So start there and you finish there. That's nice, isn't it? I don't know, you don't get dizzy. Fixing your hands up there, holding your hairline back, making sure you don't trip over it, doesn't drag. That's a common mistake. Going in there like scuffing your paintwork, you. But there we have it, guys. I'm going to leave you at this point now. Matthew is finishing off his wheels. We're going to queue it overnight and set. We're going to get them back on the car tomorrow morning. What we'll do is we won't add a clip to this video. We'll put it on my community story so you get to see it. Don't forget to like, subscribe or follow the channel. Thanks for all your help and all the support. And we love all the positivity and all the vibes. If there's any questions you want to ask or anything, like I said, always reach out and ask. A nice one.